Hello? My name is Beth Green, otherwise known as Granny Rocks, and this is the Granny Rock Show. Now, we're having a little crisis here because James has his headset, but there's no sound coming out. So he's going to bring over a microphone, and we'll do that while we're doing the show. But in the meantime, is anything going to stop us? No. So let me get this sitting here. I have an important topic to talk about tonight. I think it's important anyway. And it is about feeling enough. Now, let me see. What did I name this thing? So, are you feeling like you or he or she or they or it are just not enough? Is that a feeling that you have a lot? Well, I want to get to the bottom of that feeling. So, that's what I want to talk about. Now, first of all, let's be honest. There are things that are really not enough. For instance, there's not enough food for a lot of people in the world, and that's not the kind of thing that I'm talking about. I'm talking about the stuff in our head about I'm not enough, you're not enough, he's not enough, she's not enough, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not successful enough, I'm not good enough at the piano, I'm not smart enough. No, you're not coming in.
La 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 la.
Okay. Okay, try it again.
Try it again, try it again.
Nothing? I don't get it. Unfortunately,
You carry on and I'll see if
where I James' microphone just isn't working, but that's okay. So, a lot of us feel this way. I'm not strong enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm not young enough. I'm not talented enough. I'm not famous enough. I'm not powerful enough. I don't have enough money. I'm not popular enough. My house isn't big enough. My yard isn't as expansive.
all of the above.
James is saying all the above. I don't know if
Yeah.
you hear him at all. No,
Hello.
nothing. That is so weird. Is that's on?
Yeah.
And
Normally this microphone works.
well,
Hello.
and that is plugged into there, right?
Looks like it's working. Green light.
That's mine, honey.
Test, test, test. I get something.
Okay, but it's as far as I can tell, it's not working. So maybe people can.
Test, test, test.
Yeah, it does look like something might be working, but
Let
it's
me try
just
it
not
again. Let me
lighting
try
up.
it here. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. I got
Okay,
something.
all right. So
Turn up a little bit. Yeah.
I just did. Okay, so people can tell us if you can get and sit down. We'll see what's going on. Maybe there wasn't anything wrong with the microphone. There's always something, right? So here's an example. My yard is not big enough. I want much more. On the other hand, if it's too big, it's not manageable enough. So if it's big, I can't manage it. If it's small, it's too small. It's not enough. My career hasn't gone far enough. I don't have enough admiration, love, or attention. Does that kind of give you some ideas? So, what I would like to do is get some. There are some comments already.
Okay, well, let's have a look.
Honey, you're removing me from the screen. Okay,
Ah,
let
look,
me
it's
just
a
do
palace
this.
coup.
Right.
Beth's sound is fine. James is not. Wow, namaste watching from Kathmandu.
Hello.
Yay.
Hello, namaste.
James, please say something, Todd says.
Uh,
Something.
Are you hearing anything from James? This is just unbelievable, right? Maybe the cable has got everything was working perfectly. All right. So let
God
us.
help us.
Okay. So I guess James is just going to look pretty today. We have to.
Oh, wait, he can hear me, but very faint. Why don't you turn me up?
I don't think that's it. All right. Is that going to help?
Is this better? Is this better? Hold the mic a little closer, he says. I think that's it.
Okay. Well, let us know if it's better. But if not, as I say, he'll just be pretty today. But Hello, Elizabeth.
Hello, Elizabeth. She sends a heart of love. Thank you,
Okay,
Elizabeth.
thank you.
Same to you.
Okay.
Todd says yes.
Yes, so
Thank
you're
you.
hearing him somehow. Okay, even though it's not showing up. Well,
It's working.
thank God. Okay, so now here's the deal. I want to talk about why we get into I'm not enough, you're not. I mean, and how many of us think, oh, my husband's not enough, my wife's not enough, my children, they're great, but my boss isn't enough, my job isn't enough. Isn't,
Not enough enoughness.
not enough enoughness. Not. Hello, Tracy.
Tracy says hello. Sounds caring. Thank you, Tracy.
Okay, so Todd says Mike closer is good. Real
Close. This is
Real.
my ice cream cone.
Okay, now, can I get to the point here?
Please get to the
Everybody
point.
gets what I'm saying. Now, I want you to sit there and laugh at yourself for a moment and think about all the things that you think about yourself or your loved ones that are not enough. He's not making enough money. He's not assertive enough. He's not smart enough. He's not standing up to his mother enough. I mean, whatever it is. Okay, good one, James. Todd said.
Thank you. Thank you, Todd.
Not enough enoughness probably was it. Anyway, okay. So now I want to explore why we are like into this. It's not enough.
Yes, inquiring minds want to know.
And there's so many of us. Now, there are a million reasons, but I want to give you 5 big ones. The
All
big
right.
ones. Okay. Now, first of all, we create pictures of the reality we want. I want you to think about that, and I'm going to give you some details on this. What does enough look like? Okay, I've seen a movie about Elvis Presley or Tina Turner or whatever it is. So I get a picture of reality and then I compare myself to it, and it's not reality. It's a picture. It's like if you go to a museum and you see a Picasso and the woman looks like this or whatever, and you say, oh my, I must not be enough because I don't look like this. I look like this. You see what I'm saying, right? So so this is all number, I actually have A's, A, B, C, D, and E. A, we create pictures of the reality we want. So we get our ideas from images like movies, right? And we see all these people living in these really expensive houses and living the good life and having cocktails. Oh, there is.
And Nancy says, good evening to you both. Oh, thank you, Nancy. Good evening to you.
Thank you, Nancy. So, all right. Not only do we get images from things like movies, but we also get images from what people say about their lives. Oh, I have such a wonderful marriage. I have a wonderful husband. I have a wonderful wife. I mean, they're all wonderful. Well, mine isn't. Mine is real. You know what I mean? The ups, the downs, the ins, the outs. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget to laugh in if you want to have your laughter heard. So, so for example, images and reality are not the same. For instance, if you are transgender, you may not look like who's a symbol. See, I don't even know who.
Caitlyn Jenner.
Caitlyn Jenner, but
Who used to be Bruce Jenner.
right. But I mean, that's right. That is a way of looking transgender, but you may not look like Sophia Loren, but that's too old. The people won't even know who Sophia Loren, Marilyn Monroe. Everybody knows who Marilyn Monroe is. Okay. So, all right. So that's reality in images. So I'm trying to look like a woman, but what is a woman? So, you have an idea, or a man, vice versa. So we may be gifted in different ways, right? So you're not going to look like an image. You're going to look like a person. And people are complicated. You're not just one thing. Because, when you watch a movie or even if you read a book, mostly people are kind of like, one or two dimensional. But I mean, I've seen some movies where, oh my God, the boyfriend is just so loving, so devoted, and so patient because the woman is having trouble adjusting to the idea of being in love again. And he just like, uh, oh, I understand, and he's just so wonderful. Anyway, I don't know anybody like that. So we get these pictures. Now, wait, that's not the only pictures of reality. We create ideas of what we want. They're similar to images, but they're ideas. Like I had a client once who said, I'm looking for a man who, and she made a list. He had to be this way, this way, this way, and this way. That's an idea. Now, ideas can be black and white, but reality is never black and white unless you have a camera that decolorizes everything. It makes everything look black and white.
I married a woman who had a list like that, and I satisfied 48 out of the 50.
Uh-oh.
But the two that were missing were biggies.
So we create ideas of what we. So then, if reality doesn't fit, we feel deep down that it's not enough, and that means there's something wrong with us because we could not attract something that was enough. Now, the third part of we create pictures. We get we create or receive. We get our expectations from what people say about their lives, and those ideas aren't real. Now, that's very similar to what I said before, but I want you to say that to see what I'm saying is that our expectations are based on what people say about their lives. So we expect, oh, I'm going to get married and it's going to be just like dear old dad or dear old mom or grandma and grandpa or the chimpanzees or the two dogs or whatever. Oh, I'm going to get another dog and the two dogs are going to get along so well. And they're going to be the best of friends because everybody that I've read on the Facebook has dogs who are the best of friends. Never snarl, are never grumpy, don't bite. So my dog is not enough because my dog doesn't listen to me at all, is not obedient at all. So
Barks a lot.
and barks a lot. So that dog is not enough, but I'm not enough of a trainer because I couldn't get this. So we listen to what people say, and we don't always go deep into what is real in their lives to see the reality. And the last point that I'm going to make in this topic, we can get our expectations of how much we should have or what it should be by opposing what other people are doing that we don't approve of. So, for instance, let's say we had parents who fought a lot. So, my idea of reality is people don't fight. And I'm going to only have a relationship where my husband and I don't fight, right?
Lots of luck.
Yeah, exactly. So, and if we do fight, oh no, I'm just like dear old dad. And now it's the I'm just like dear old dad that is the problem instead of I'm not like dear old dad is the problem. So you see what I'm saying? We don't look at reality. We look at the picture of reality, the picture that the politician presents in their, speeches and all of that. Or the way the nation, oh yes, come to Italy. There isn't, I bet there is nothing out there now that says, come to Italy because 30% of our land is in drought and we're not going to be able to produce agriculture, right?
They leave that part out, don't they?
They leave that part out. So we have these pictures that we're always comparing ourselves to. So no wonder we don't feel like enough, right?
Right.
Okay, now, it's not number B, it is letter B.
Letter B.
Okay.
It better be letter B.
Okay. We are also given expectations about what we should be from religion, from school and
yeah.
society. Now let me talk about religion for a moment. Let's say you grow up in a religion that says that homosexuality is evil. Well, that's it. If you're homosexual, you are not enough. Or they might say masturbation is evil, or having sexual feelings at all is evil. Well, okay, all right. Most people, as they are growing up, have sexual feelings. That means they are not enough. They're not good enough. They're not holy enough. They are, and it doesn't just come from religion, you know. And it's not just that. I mean, all religions bring with them all these ideas and pictures of who you're supposed to be. And now you're going to compare yourself to those pictures and say, oh, well, I'm not enough. I'm not playing the piano. I got so carried away with James not having any sound. Anyway, we also get our ideas from schools. Okay, you're going into the program for pre-law, and you're going to take this class and that class and that class and that class, and then you're going to, you know what I mean, and you're going to do very well in all of those, or you're in pre-med, or you're whatever it is. Supposing you're not good at those topics, supposing you are not the perfect pre-med student or law student or whatever. In other words, supposing you're a real person, and you're supposed to fit into this series of prerequisites, requisites, whatever it is. And if you are really good, you'll become cum laude or summa cum laude or magna cum laude, and the rest of you are just like no good. Not good enough. You haven't even gotten the job yet. You're already feeling not good enough because you have some weakness in some topic or in some skill that you shouldn't have a weakness at, because it's a picture, right? And school is very rigid in those ways. Most school is that, because they're saying, oh, in order for you to graduate, you have to have English, Spanish, Greek, and Romanian. And gee, I have no memory, so I can't remember vocabulary. Okay, you get what I mean? So from society too, don't we get a million images from society as what it is to be enough? An upstanding citizen she was. A brave soldier he was. Not that he was pissing in his pants because he was scared to death of being blown to bits. No, that's no good, because, see, you're not enough because you're not feeling that picture either. You get a bad news for the human race, isn't it? Or as a woman, you're supposed to be so sweet.
Nobody's enough except an egomaniac.
It just, who thinks he's enough, who really knows he isn't. Okay, so this is all about pictures. Oh my God, I'm going through the time and I've only gotten through one topic. B. No, that was B.
That was B. Now
Thank
on to
God,
C.
I got to B. All right, C. I made some notes tonight. Because people create structures that are cookie cutters that we are supposed to fit into for work, school, etc.
Yeah.
So for instance, if you get a job, they'll give you, okay, we need you to be this, we need you to be that, we need you to look like this, we need this, we need that, we need that, we need you to be aggressive but not too aggressive. We want you to be compassionate but not too understanding. You have to get your people working harder. You've got to be able to do this. You've got to, or you're not going to get
The job.
or the raise or anything else. Well,
So you got to say, yeah, I'll do all that.
I can do all that. Of course I can do all that.
Of course.
Of course. Okay. Now, D. Are you following me? Are you with me, guys?
Yeah.
All right. Because we have had traumatic experiences that create the feeling of being unloved or unworthy, and then we superimpose those feelings on everything we experience afterward.
Please explain that.
What I mean is, okay, let's say you're adopted, and the whole time you're in the womb, you get this feeling that you're going to be abandoned at birth, right? And you think, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? Why are they getting rid of me? Why are they doing this? And I've been with a lot of and counseled a lot of people who have been adopted, and this can be a really big problem. Or you're picking up other feelings, or you get beaten by a parent who's kind of out of their mind sometimes, and you don't even understand why you're being beaten, or why you're being snubbed, or why they feel that the other sibling is better than you are, and you just start feeling that way. So you start to feel like, I'm not enough, I'm not enough, I'm not enough, I'm not enough, I'm unworthy. Or you come along at a really bad time for your parents. I mean, God bless them, they're trying to be happy, but you are the 10th child, and and there isn't much money left, and your mother is really tired, and she could say, can I get some rest, please? So you feel bad about yourself. Well, see what happens. There is this trauma deep inside you, and once that happens, everything else you do is colored by that. So you superimpose it. You think, oh, I'm not enough because I'm not pretty enough. I'm not en- I'm not enough because I'm not smart enough. I'm not enough
Because I'm not lovable.
because I'm not lovable enough. So all of those things, we might actually think all of those things, but it's not any of those things. It's that we're really reliving the experience of that we weren't wanted, we were unworthy, that we were not enough to make our parents happy, or oh, your job was to make your parents' marriage work, and then they didn't, and they got divorced, so now that's another reason you're not enough. Well, I mean, see what I'm saying? So every day you relive the trauma of not being enough, but it looks like something different every day. But it's really that same trauma. Do you understand what I mean?
Yes, I do.
And so you say, well, I'm not a good enough musician. I'm not a good enough lawyer. I'm not, I don't cook well enough. I'll never attract a man. Anyway, I better hurry up because I want to get to E. But does everybody understand that? And then you try to fix it by fixing whatever it is you think you're not enough of. Oh, okay, well, then I'll just get better at this and that'll solve the problem. It never solves the problem because that isn't the problem. The problem is all of the not enough that you already are
Feel.
carrying and feeling.
Yeah.
Okay, now here's E. Ta-da! You're not, the reason that you feel like you're not enough, that reality is not enough, that your family is not enough, that your job is not enough, is because it's not. I knew I would shock you with that one.
I dare say that's shocking.
Todd said yes. I don't know what he said yes to, but hopefully to the point that I just made. Thank you for that comment, Todd. We are not enough. And what are we not enough of for? What's the, if you think about it, you have to say, it's not enough for what? I'm not enough for what? It's got to be for something. Well, guys, reality is constantly in flux. The moment you achieve something, it's declining, or you're declining, or it's threatened. So let's say I am a famous rock star and I've just given a great performance. Well, am I going to be able to match it tomorrow? Is there some other band coming up that my fans are going to be more interested? Am I a gorgeous woman, but am I a day older and now there's somebody younger or somebody more desirable in some way to whoever my partner is? So the fact is, you are never enough to overcome the feelings of insecurity about not being enough. because there is always another thing. As a matter of fact, I mean, all you have to do is look at the amount of makeup, plastic surgery, hair dyeing. I don't do any of those things, but I look old. Everybody knows I'm old because I look old. And I look old because I am old. And I just am not going to do that because I think it's enough to be old and just to be yourself, right? So that's my opinion. But see, everything is insecure. Who is ever rich enough? How can you know for sure that the stock market isn't going to crash tomorrow? Okay.
Oh, here we go. Island says, hope to catch this later. Love you.
Thank you,
Oh, thank
Island. I
you.
hope you come back and catch this. I think this is important for all of us because I think all of us have these feelings about I'm not enough, it's not enough, he's not enough, they're not enough. Whatever the government is doing, it is never enough. So the fact is that everything can disappear in a moment. I could lose you. I could lose myself. I could have a stroke. Um, I could lose my audience. You don't like what I'm saying? Clem, turn me off.
Besides which, everything is in flux.
That's the point.
When I was growing up in Houston, Texas, they built this really marvelous new freeway. They thought this is going to be great for years to come. The first day the traffic was on there, it was already not enough.
That's
space.
absolutely right. So that is, in fact, the last thing I want to say. Everything is in flux. Images aren't. So we get stuck with some vision, you see, of
Right.
what is supposed to be, but it can't last, even if you do attain one moment of fame. You know, are you going to be the one song wonder? Or is your health going to give out? Or is taste going to change? Or whatever. And am I going to lose the next election? Or is there somebody brighter coming along? Anybody smarter? Anybody more powerful? All the time, guys. You can't stop time. You can't stop evolution. You will never be enough to make yourself safe and secure.
Wow.
So, let's say you accept that. Anybody out there believe what I'm saying is true?
Yeah, it sounds plausible.
Sounds plausible?
Plausible.
Just plausible?
Well, I guess it's a reality. Yeah. As I look at my life. Okay. So help us through with the end.
So
here.
we have to say, okay, I'm not enough. You're not enough. My husband will never be enough.
Well, that's kind of relaxing.
It's extremely
Takes
relaxing.
the pressure off.
My dog will never be enough. Our government will never be enough. Our society will never be enough. My income will definitely not be enough. And all of that. It'll never be enough to secure my place. However, as you said, James, once you recognize that, you can relax. And then I want you to say, and I am enough. Because it is enough that I am who I am.
Oh, I am enough because it's enough that I am who I am.
That's right. Once you stop comparing yourself to the pictures,
Right.
once you stop comparing yourself to the images, but once you stop comparing yourself to the idea, a holy woman would talk like this and always be calm. So even though I have been a spiritual teacher since 1978, I'm no good. I'm not enough because it's obvious. I get mad. I am not the picture. I am.
You're not the
So get
picture.
rid of the picture of Jesus Christ or Abraham or whoever your heroes are or Buddha. Get rid of your pictures of, I don't know, Babe Ruth, or
Right.
whoever your stars are. I have to get rid of the picture of Horowitz, Vladimir Horowitz, one of the great pianists of the 20th century. I have to get rid of the picture of all those great jazz pianists. I want to have the talent of Horowitz and who's a classical pianist, along with the blues and the
Creativity of jazz.
and the creativity of jazz and all of it and be and popular like the rocks, rock and anyway,
Rock stars.
put it all together and that's who I should be. Well, I don't think it's ever going to happen. So that's it. I am not enough. And I am. And get that in your head. And I want you to think about this for the next week because we are going to come back next Wednesday night. And we are going to be doing the Granny Rocks show again, where I do commentary and hope to remember to play the piano at the same time. And tomorrow night, and that's at 6:30 p.m. Pacific on Wednesday, and tomorrow night, which is Thursday, we are going to do magical improvisations. Beth Green and the Healing Arts Band. So we're doing more and more improvisations. James and
Yes.
I together, simultaneously
That's
improvising. And of course, it'll never be enough, will it? So come back. Follow our, what do you call that? Our page.
Yeah, that's
And
what you call it.
Follow our page. Like this show. Love this show. Share this show. You think you're the only one who feels like you're not enough, or your house isn't enough, or your job isn't enough, or your career isn't enough, or your dog isn't enough, whatever it is. You're not the only one. Spread the word. Let's spread the truth. I believe in being ruthlessly honest with ourselves and share that with one another. Share, share, share. So,
Sounds good.
all right.
All right.
Thank you for coming. We love you.
Yeah, thanks again. It's been great to have you with us.
And just
see you
having
next
you
time.
with us is enough. But we'd like it even better if you did all those other things.
There you go.
Bye bye.